You're not crazy. You're actually powerful, but you're pouring your attention into the wrong things. You don't want to stay stuck in obsession, but you want to raise your confidence, your clarity, your sense of self, and your creativity through this experience. Which is why you keep going in an energetic loop, trying to get the answers, trying to figure out why you're so obsessed with this guy. You tried working on yourself, you've tried ignoring it, you've tried journaling, and nothing works. You want to stay tuned for my tips on how to alchemize this obsession and use it for your highest and greatest good. If you're new here, I'm Zara. If you're here, it's probably because you're obsessed with someone and not because you're weak. It's because you know there's something deeper at play, something more spiritual, something more sacred, aligned going on. In this video, I'm going to be going through certain ways of how you can alchemize that feeling of being obsessed with someone and not being able to stop thinking about them, and every single sentence, every single song, every single moment of the day just reminds you of them. So let's get into it. 9 times out of 10, you're only obsessed with your own potential, who you'll be when you get the guy, how you'll feel when you get the guy, what he can give to you, what he can teach you. You're obsessed with that version of you. The success, the power, the potential is your own essence that you're craving. You may have adopted this fear of not being enough, being invisible, people not liking you, you not being pretty enough, you not being rich enough, you not being slay enough, you not being a baddie or whatever. You may have adopted all of these beliefs. That might be as early as childhood, not getting that feedback from your caregivers, from your parents. They may have silenced you. They may have not affirmed to you that you are okay. They may not have affirmed to you that you are loved, you are seen, you are accepted, your voice is heard, it's respected. And in turn, you may have adopted this belief, this self-image that you're not important, your voice is not important, no one cares what you've got to say, you don't look good enough. They may have compared your looks to your siblings, or this may have taken place in teenage years where you were pitted off against other women, and you were made to feel like your looks were not enough, your intellect was not enough, and you became really embarrassed of yourself. It could work the other way, where you were really loud. This was my issue, where you were really loud and people would tell you to be quiet, and why are you shouting all the time, and why are you too bubbly, and why are you so out there, and all of this kind of stuff. So I learned to dim my light down to be more accepted, more palatable to people. And that led me down a road where I would dim myself down in relationships as well, afraid that if I show them my real self, that they won't accept me. So similarly, you may be experiencing these kind of things in your relationships, where you crave male validation. You want someone to tell you that you're okay. You want someone to tell you that you're pretty. You want someone to tell you that you're enough. So when that person doesn't give it to you, it's kind of just like, no, you must give it to me. I'm the one. You can't handle that rejection because it makes you feel small. It makes you feel like back how you felt when you were a child, and it's a painful experience. So you kind of need that validation for them to let you know that it isn't that you're unlovable, it isn't that you're unseen, it isn't that you aren't respected or accepted or anything like that. And that's the energetic loop of chasing those external validations. You're running after this reflection, this mirror that you can actually give to yourself. You can actually tell yourself, yes, I'm seen, yes, I'm validated, yes, I'm good enough, yes, I'm pretty enough, yes, I'm creative enough, yes, I'm smart enough. All of the things, every little insecurity that you have, you can tell yourself that you are those things. Okay, you do not need another person to tell you that. So once you shift that core wound that you have, that you're not enough, you're not seen, you're not heard, and you're not loved and accepted and all of that, that's when true magnetism can begin. So once that obsession dissolves, then your real sovereign, seductive, sacred energy can rise. Your true sense of self-worth, because it's not based on anybody else's validation or telling you that you're okay or affirming it to you. You know that for yourself. You possess the source, so you can transmute that obsessive energy into your own creativity, your own seductiveness, your own self-worth, your own self-image. You can pour all those things back into yourself and become obsessed with you. So this is how we flip from obsession and emotional drainage into creative fuel. Understand what you need. What do you need right now? What do you need from this person? What is it that they give you? Is it validation? Is it to tell you that you're okay? Is it to tell you that you're powerful? What is it? A few embodiment practices that you can do for this is mirror affirmations. Like, what would you want them to say to you? If you were standing right in front of them, what would you want them to actually say to you? And don't be embarrassed about this, okay? Because that is going to slow you down. It's going to, you're being in denial that you don't feel the way that you do, and it's ultimately just going to slow you down and keep you stuck for a longer time. Okay, so just imagine yourself in the mirror with this person. What would they say to you? What is it that you want them to say to you? Is it, you're so beautiful, you're so sexy, I want to start a life with you, like, you're worthy? Like, what is it that you want that person to say to you? I want to look after you. I want to make a house a home with you. I want to build with you. I want you to be my wife. Like, what is it? Like, and just don't hold back. Like, the sooner that you let it out, like, the sooner that you can begin the recovery, the sooner that you can begin to get back on track and actually transmute those feelings of obsession back into yourself, your creativity and your self-worth and your self-love and your self-acceptance and self-recognition and your positive self-image, all of the things that you actually need. Okay, so don't hold back. This is just one of the strategies that you can use to transmute this energy back into yourself. Okay, you can also do this by movement and dance. Just shake off the energy. You don't need to necessarily be done. You can dance with that person. If you were dancing, if you've met this person in real life or whatever, like, or if it was a song that you guys used to dance to back in the day or whatever, or when you were together or whatever, or you're just fantasizing about dancing with him, why not just dance with him? I had certain songs that always reminded me of my person when it comes on, and I just used to imagine us dancing to the song. Like, he would be singing his bits and I'd be singing my bits, and it's just a lovely experience. Like, again, don't be embarrassed about this. Like, you feel the way you feel. As I say, the sooner that you can get it out, like, the sooner that you can use that energy for fuel in your own life. Okay, so don't be embarrassed about this. Okay, I got my little songs for my person that I was obsessed with as well, and it just puts you in a higher energy of, I'm loved, I'm lovable, I'm seen, my person is there with me, they're waiting for me. Even if you guys are not going to be together in the future, it's kind of less about that, and it's just about you having that ability to dance, to love, to be creative, to be sensual, to have fun, to let go. It may not be that person per se, but you've got the ability to have fun, and you're using that energy to affirm what you actually want, whether it's that person or just being in a relationship with someone dancing in the kitchen. Okay, so even if it's not that, you're not sitting there wondering, why won't this person call me? Why won't this person text me? Why don't they love me? It's because of my childhood wounds. I'll never find someone. I'm not accepted. I'm not loved. Like, all of those energies are negative. They're negative and they're not taking you anywhere. It's just an energetic loop downwards spiral into shame, guilt, anger, resentment, jealousy. Like, nothing good can come out of those energies. So you might as well just transmute that energy to dancing and having your song. Like, if this song came on and he was right there, how would you move to it? Like, how would he be dancing around you? And you really feel it. Like, it's nothing. Like, it's fun. Okay, so that's another way that you can transmute this energy. You can also do a sacred rage release, where you get a bit angry, and you say all the things that you want to say to them. You may have a lot of rage towards them. Why don't you see me? Why don't you want me? Why is it that I always get in this situation? I should have never paid attention to you, or I knew you were from the start, or whatever. Like, get it out. Like, and again, you don't need to do this physically. Like, if you live in like an apartment with like really thin walls and stuff, they might call emergency services and think, are you okay? Either there's somebody in there with you, or you need to go to a psychiatric ward. Okay, so even if you have the space, then sure, why not do that? Get it out. Scream, cry, shout, punch a pillow, like whatever you've got, a punching bag, even better. One of those one of those bobbies I think you can buy on Amazon and beat it up. Rage therapy. Okay, you can put yourself into a creative project. That might be painting, that might be making pottery, that might be drawing, like making videos about it, or about yourself, or just about your life. Like, get yourself into a project and set yourself a goal. Every time I think of this person, I'm going to draw a picture. You know what I mean? Because that can only serve you in the long run, because now you've got this catalog of pictures, okay, that you've collected as your artwork or whatever it is. Now you've got all these journal entries, or now you've got all these pottery that you've done, all these paintings that you've done, and it's only gonna serve you and your creative purpose. If I made a video for every single time that I thought about this person, listen, I'd be sitting up there with Mr. Beast, because honestly, like, the obsession is real. And if you don't use the energy for something better, you're just going to drive yourself down a negative spiral, and we don't want that for you. Okay, so put yourself into a creative project. And lastly, you can also just speak your truth. Like, just speak your truth. Again, you might do this in like a journaling sense, where you just write out, like, today was not great. I thought about this person so much, and it hurts that they don't want me, or whatever it is. Just get it out. Like, speak your truth. Like, again, that you might even turn to the camera and just make a vlog about it, make a podcast about it, even just do a voice note about it, just so you're getting out your feelings. You're not holding it deep down inside, because if you're keeping it inside and just holding all this resentment and anger and bitterness and jealousy and all of the things, I'm not enough, and why hasn't this person chosen me, and this is the pattern that keeps happening in my life, you're just keeping that energy stuck within you. So it's actually better for you to just get it out, whether it's talking into a voice note app, or writing about it, writing an article, or doing a TikTok, or just making a private vlog, or as I said, creative things, dancing, painting, even singing as well. Like, singing is quite gives quite an emotional release as well, to be honest. I sung a song the other day, not about the obsessive person, of course, but I was singing a song the other day about myself, and it brought me to so much, like, tears, like, and emotions, and it was an emotional release, because it was something that I'd been keeping to myself for such a long time, and I'd never really expressed the frustration that I had in that area. So when I was singing the song, it was like something just broke within me, like, oh, this is the way I really feel. And it felt good. I didn't feel like, oh my God, you're so stupid, why are you crying over this? It just felt like, yes, I'm seen. I feel hurt about this situation, and I have the right to, and I've got the right to witness myself feeling pain, ultimately. And I felt good after that about letting it go, because I was able to reflect and say, wow, why did you get so emotional over that? And it's because it had been building up for so long. So just try that. It might even just be singing, and yeah, you might have a great release from that as well, because ultimately this energy was not meant to keep you stuck in your head wondering why, when are they going to text me, when are they going to call me, when are we going to go back together, when are they going to dump their current girlfriend or whatever. You just have to get on with your life. Ultimately, you have to get on with your life. You have to love yourself. You need to take your bag, you need to take your dignity, and you need to get up and go. The person rejecting you is not anything to do with your own personal self-worth and your worthiness. But if you are able to transmute this energy, it can become your magnetism, because you are now healed, you are now present within yourself, you are now facing your shadows, your insecurities, where you don't feel so good, where you don't feel worthy, and you're able to transmute in those moments. You're able to witness in those moments. You're able to be free to express, whether it's through writing, drawing, singing, whatever. Like, you're able to do that, and you've got the courage to do that. You're not out here on the dating apps looking for somebody else. You're not lying to yourself that you don't give a damn about that person when you really do. Okay, you are taking radical ownership over your feelings, negative or positive, and you're willing to channel that energy into something good for yourself. So if you want to learn more about how to alchemize your obsession into power, creativity, confidence, clarity, and self-worth, click the link in the description, as I'm going to be doing a masterclass all about how to transmute your obsession and channel that energy into yourself. If this cracked anything open within you, then I want to invite you to take the Obsession Alchemy online course. Okay, I've created this course from my personal experience with obsession with someone, and I had to channel it into something amazing that could help to free many other women who I know go through this as well. Okay, I've got many clients who are obsessed. I don't know if it's just a woman thing, but we love to just like get obsessed with people. As soon as we meet them, you could be my man. Are you going to be the one that saves me? Are you going to be my husband? Are you going to be am I going to be the mother of your kids? And we tend to get really obsessed with people really quickly. So I felt like I'd put this course together to help set the girls free, okay, from obsession, okay, and turn it into alchemy, transmute that energy into something good, something powerful for yourself, okay? You do not need to be dependent on them. I am not one of those coaches that will tell you to, make him jealous, or, stop texting him for 3 hours, or go and sit at a bar and wait for a man, or whatever, okay? What you want to do is pay attention to all your childhood wounds, your traumas, your fears, all the stuff that you're trying to project onto that person, that this person is going to give it to me, and find a way to give that to yourself. So if you're serious about your healing and you really want to go deeper, join Obsession Alchemy. The link will be in the description. Can't wait to hear from you. I am so excited that you are banking on yourself. You're willing to do the work on yourself. Those are the kind of women that I love to work with. The ones that are already on the path to healing. The ones that want to work on themselves. The ones that are not just trying to find a man without doing the work on themselves. Those are the kind of powerful women that I want to work with. So Obsession Alchemy is going to rewire your beliefs. It's going to rewrite your story, and it's going to help you to build power and visibility. You don't have to do this alone. So if this has activated anything within you, I want to help you to keep going. The link is in the description. Obsession Alchemy. Take the class now. If you've liked this video and it's been any kind of useful, please do give it a thumbs up. Also, you may want to subscribe to my channel, as I may have other videos on my channel that might interest you. Let me know down in the comments who you've been obsessed with, how long you've been obsessed with them, and what you're going to do to transmute this energy. Once again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one. Bye bye.